why we use the match. That is called VLOOKUP with a match. That is a two functions in a one array list. We will use this functionality, so it is useful for us. We can easily use VLOOKUP with match. This is called a two-dimensional lookup. In the previous session, we will also discuss the two-dimensional array. Now we will discuss the two-dimensional array with using of example. We will use the two-dimensional array. Yes. This is called as VLOOKUP with a match parameter. Now you can see here that is a multiple data with you. Month zone, north, east, west, south. This is a two-dimensional array because this is called month, and this is called north, east, west, south. North, east, west, south, that is a different value, and month value, that is a different value. You can see here month and zone. This is called drop down box. How create a drop down box? We create the first, so we have a clearly idea about this. We can copy this data and we can paste here our data. Now we can using month and zone and quantity. Now you can use this month, zone, and quantity. How many quantity you have to purchase this quantity. You want to quantity this value. This is a quantity this value. Now we can see here this is called a format painter, and you can use this format painter. Now you can see here this is a two-dimensional array. If I'm using only VLOOKUP, we can find out the only value on the basis of one parameter. If I'm selecting month and on the basis of month we will find out the quantity, then it's okay. You can find out the quantity on basis of month. But yes, you have a two parameters, month and zone. On the basis of two criteria, you have to find out the quantity value. So it is a very two-dimensional array is a two-dimensional array. It's a different value of the one-dimensional array. First, we will use the one-dimensional array. Then we will use the two-dimensional array. Now we have put out the list. We have a list north, east, west, south. You can here see that north, east, west, south is here. Now the quantity is here. We have a quantity. We look up this value, then table array. This is your array. You can put here this array. Then column index number, not column number. You have to find out this not column number is 2. But at that time, if you select the east west, at that time you have to value is change. So at that time, it is very difficult to find out the value. We will find out B1, A to E20, and the result is 2. Then the result is NA. Why it is NA? B1 is a north. North value we will find out. We can find out this value on the basis of this. For example, if it is find out NA, it's what? That is, we cannot find this value on the basis of north because north is column number value. We have to find out the column value on the basis of this month. Yes, month is here, north is here, north is a column name, so you have not find out this value here, so it will display the NA. Now if I am put it here, data validation. In the data validation you have a list, not create a list, any value, and north is cancel. Now the zone value, you have to create the data validation and list this value. In this list you have one zone and December value. Then put out this value. You can see here zone value is here. Now to find out the value, we look up this value. Then table array, you have to want the table array. For example, I will put out table array. Its a value is 2 and exact match. Now you can see a 1572 April and 1572. This is north value. But yes, here we will write down 2. So by default, it is only find out the north value. It's not a basis of month. If I'm select here the October north value, you can see here October north value is 1065. So every time it will be find the October value. Now, we want to select here 3. For example, it will find the value of east. If I am select the value is 4th, then select value is 1462, 1412, and so on. Now, VLOOKUP, it's individually, it's not work. You have a clearly idea about that. For why? Because when we added month at that time, month individually, it's not working. So at that place, we will be use VLOOKUP with match functionality. For example, we will create a month value, data validation list. In this list, we will create north, south, west month. If you want to create the month, then it's okay. Otherwise, as north, east, west, south. It's a north, east, west, south value. Now, on the basis of east, on the basis of October, we want to find out the quantity, right? On the basis of east value, on the basis of October value, we want to find out the quantity value. So it is difficult to find out this value without using VLOOKUP. So that's why at that time we will use VLOOKUP with match functionality. First we will find out match individually, then we will find match VLOOKUP with a match value. Now, how it is useful VLOOKUP with a match value? Here we will see that. Match lookup value, if you put out here, otherwise as you have put out here, we will find out the October value on the basis of ist, otherwise else you can find out the column number, otherwise you find out the row number. Lookup array, October lookup array is this one. Okay, this is a by mistake. We will, this is a zone and this is month. Yes. So we will rectify our value. In the month, we will find out the list. This is our month. And here is a zone. Now we will use the quantity on the basis of month and zone. Match, lookup value, lookup array, and exact match. You can see here it's a 2 because we will consider month and zone. Yes, we will consider month and zone. Why we not consider month and zone? Because month is available in this data. So it will be 2. Now we will use VLOOKUP, look up this value. Then table array, I will put out all the table value. Column index number, we will put this cell because if the column index number is changed, here the value is changed. This is called exact match. You have a March and north value. For example, this is March and north value 1201. If I am select here, is done, value is 3, March and 3, 1066. The value is exactly find out. This is called as function about the function. It means that function to function it's working properly. Now we will use the directly this value. We look up this value, look up table array. This is your table array. Then column index number, we write down match function directly here. We not put out individual function, lookup value, lookup arrays only for this one. Match type is exact match, not approximately match. And bracket completed and enter. March and east value, for example, March and east value is 1066. I think so it's wrong. Its value is 1430. Why it is wrong? Because we have a same criteria, same parameter will be used. Yes, in this you cannot use This is the exact match of the match criteria. Now we will use the exact match of which formula? VLOOKUP formula. So we'll use the false exact match. Yes, it's a 1066. Now you can see March and its value is 1066. Now you have a clear idea why it is used for false, because if I am not writing the false, it automatically convert the true part. So true, it's mean that you know about the true, it's mean that they approximately match. So it will be approximately data, it's a find out. So that's why it creates a problem, right? VLOOKUP with a match in this criteria, we will use the VLOOKUP with match criteria. Now you have a clear idea about the VLOOKUP with match. Now we will use this function about the function. VLOOKUP with a match, and if, for example, if we have a 3D lookup, then what we do? 3D, it means that three criteria. For example, here is a two criteria, month and zone. The next criteria is third criteria, if any third criteria is putting here. This is called three-dimensional array. But in the three-dimensional array, we will discuss in the next session. We will not discuss in this session. We will discuss three-dimensional array in the next session. This is called as month, zone, quantity, VLOOKUP with match. Now you can see here this parameter. For example, every time I'm put it here, March and is the value is 1066. This is right or wrong. So if any other way we can find out exactly, if it is value exactly highlighted, then we can see easily. So it is very useful for our side, because directly it is highlighted. At that time we will directly show this value with easily we can find the value, easily we can show this value. So if any criteria, it will be highlighted. Yes, in Excel, any places highlighted the value, so we will use the conditional formatting. Any places one parameter is highlight value. Highlight is what? Highlighted value. It's mean that conditional formatting you will be used. So any highlighted value, you will be used the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is, we will discuss the some basic part of conditional formatting. For example, greater than, less than, text that contain, we will discuss in the previous session. But in this conditional formatting, it's a custom format, because conditional formatting have some different command, but this command is not available with this command. Highlight the cell rules is greater than, less than, between, equal to, text that contain data occurring, duplicate value, top column and bottom value, top 10 item, top 10 percentage, bottom 10 percentage, above average. This is all are the data bar, column bar, icon set. We will discuss it, but there is no any rules particularly highlight the value on the basis of this parameter. Yes, if I'm putting here new rules, in the new rules, it's a value based content cell. For example, if I'm using format all the cell based on their value. For example, if I'm setting this value and new rules and go for format all cell on the basis of this value. For example, basis of this value. Icon set, data set, you can, yes, format cell that format only cell that contain cell value equal to what? This value equal to then format, then color, fill color and red. For example, the value is 1066. First we will clear format. Then we will use the conditional formatting, highlight new rules, and new rules we will go the cells that contain not for sales based then and value equal to, and go for this quantity. You can see here format and red color and okay and okay. You can see here the value is highlighted, but one error. Which one is error? If, for example, this value is 1006, yes, then both the value is highlighted on the basis of month, zone, and quantity. So it will be wrong. Clearly, it will be wrong, right? So it will be wrong. So if you want to use this 1066 particular value of March and East, that is a difficult. It's a very difficult. So now we will use this value for if, for example, if this value is 1066 on three places, then it will be highlighted three colors. That is very difficult. So we cannot easily find out this value. So now we find out this value. First, we will clear rules. Conditional formatting, manage rules, new rules, determine to which cell format. You have to create your own rules, right? Here we will write down and operator and its what. First, you have a clear idea about the and. And is what? I think so. In the previous session, we will discuss the and operator, but we will, in simple basis, we will have a criteria and this value is greater than 1500 or this value also greater than 1500. Then it will return false. Otherwise, if this both the value is 1156 and this value is 1600, then it will return the true part. Clear? Now we will use the AND operator in this one. We will use AND operator on this parameter. We will use this. We will use this parameter. Now go for the conditional formatting. New rules, determine to be cell format. Now we will use the conditional formatting on this one. Conditional formatting on this one, we will use AND operator. And for example, first we will select this value. Go for conditional formatting. New rules. Determine to which cell format. Now, AND operator. AND is what? Bifurcate both the criteria. Yes, first value is March. Both the parameter, both the side it will be checked. March value select from this one to this one. Why we will select this value? This is a range. I think so. And is a want only one parameter. So we will select the A8. For example, why select only A8? Because the starting point is one zone. So we will select only one criteria. If I am select B2 and equal to, that is called equivalent to A8. March it select from this one is select from this value. B2 is select from this one. Now we will see that this is a right result or wrong result. No one value is selected. I think so. This is a wrong result from your side. So you can put out any wrong value in the AND operator. P1 value select from A8 and V2 value select from A8. So I think so both the parameter is create the wrong parameter. So we create and it's AND operator. We will use the AND operator. This is full and final. We will use the AND operator. We cannot select any other operator in the conditional formatting operator. You can select this operator. You cannot select this operator. Now we select any other rules from created this one. For example, so it will not selected 1066 on the basis of March and ist value. So now we create some another rules. Here we can select the other rules on the basis of and or operator. For an March value, we will select this March value. And operator select the two criteria, B1 value from the select of month and zone value. For example, if it is select the A9, then it will be selected. If it is selected B2 value, zone value from the north and east, then it will be selected. For example, we will select this month. Now, be this value equivalent to this value. Sorry, B1 value equivalent to A8 and B2 value equivalent to this value. This is a northeast with south value, and this one is particularly this value. Current selection, it will be not applicable. Here it's create an error. So if I want to change my result, if I'm select this one value, and if I'm select this value, we will select this one value, A8, for example. If it is select A8 too, then it's applicable or not? Yes. Then also it's a not applicable. So which one we create a rules, that is a wrong rules we will create it. For example, now we change our criteria to select this value. For example, we change our criteria and try this value. This is all at the try and error value. And operator, this value, it's a month zone value. This value, it's called month zone value, and select this parameter. This is also not select this value. So if I'm changing the criteria, this is not also select this value. Yes, we have an exact idea about the AND operator, but we cannot use these rules of any of this one. So we have a clearly idea about this one. When we use this parameter particular point, we will use this parameter which one we want. For example, the current selection, no any rules. Here we cannot also rules. So we have a not any idea about the and or operator. So first we will find out and or operator. Otherwise else we will do for this conditional formatting on new rules on the basis of this one. So we can easily find out from this one. Now what we do at that time, what can we do? If we can press F1, then we have any help from this side. If any we can do any help from this side, we can use the F1 from this one operator. We can use this find the value, and we can easily find out the value. No, we cannot use the F1 because F1 is only for using from that value only. So we have no idea about this one. So at that time, what can we do? We can have any criteria on the basis of month zone value. B1 value match with the month value, and B2 value, we will find out the northeast value. We will starting from that point. So origin point, we cannot match this value. only for put out this value on the basis of what value we can do this. We can easily match this value. Now, what can we do if we easily use the match function? Then we can do this function match. We have a criteria this function. Now, friends, so any idea if our condition is wrong, our places is wrong, whenever I'm putting the formula is wrong, any idea about this one? So now you can see our condition is proper. You can see that our condition is proper. Conditional formatting, manage the rules. Our condition is proper. B1 value $A2 to $A1 and operator is okay. Fine. This value equal to this value and same as it is this one value equivalent to this value. This is a right, but the result is not coming. So something is wrong. But we can confuse both the places, same criteria is used 8 and 8, so it is right places. No, for example, origin point is there, yes, that is okay, fine, origin point is there, though we can use the A8, both the places we will use the 8, but in the next position this is B8, in the next position this is C8, D8, E8. Then what can we do? Manage rules, go for this one. 8 number position is fixed, but A is not fixed. This is called as mix reference. Here here you can see it's A column is fixed, but 8 is not fixed. Then okay, then apply and okay. You can see result is not coming. So you can check first the condition is here. B1 it means that June, July, August. At that position, A is fixed. A is fixed. So 8 is not fixed. Now in the B2 position, A is not fixed and 8 is fixed. So now the condition is very clear. Whenever the places A is fixed, it's a put out the A value. If the 8th number of row is fixed, it's put out the 8 value. Now we will apply this situation 1832. If I am changing this value 1066, is because this value is on both the places March and East. Here it's a March value and it's you can see here 1066. This value you can put out here two different places. Now this is called as a mix reference $8 $A8. This is called a mix reference from your side. So you can use the mix reference with this value with using of this one. Okay. Thank you friends.